Hello and welcome to David Photography. As I said in my last box opening for WRESTLECRATE.co.uk, I was going to do a follow-up video and discuss some things that might improve the company's ability and look at value and things like that. So let's get started. Okay. As you see behind me, this was the last box that I opened. Now, as I said, am I happy with what I got? Yes, for £16 you weren't going to get the earth. So therefore, you're not going to get really very expensive items. But now let's look at a couple of things which, just being with them for a very short time, like that was my first box. I'm still waiting for the next box to come, which is probably turned up by the time this video gets put out. Now, I know, because I spent a lot of time, as I said, looking at this company and deciding whether I would get a box in the first place. Now, they charge, as I said, £11.99 plus £5, so 17 quid, give or take. With £17 you're going, well, you can't get a lot of value really. You're not going to get really expensive items in the box. They have to be items which are fairly cheap and have been made to get to a higher value. If you take it, the picture, which is here, you can print off a picture yourself, just off any website. You can download a picture of the person that you like and just do that and print it off, and that's not going to have a very high value. So with a signature on, you're looking at the value of the item is now greater because most of the people who sign these want to get something out of it, so they charge for signing the item. So it depends on the value of the person and how high up in the wrestling that they are to sign these items. So there you go, a bit that the values aren't what they are. Even if you take the poster, frankly speaking, that if you go and get a number of posters printed, you're not going to pay a lot of money for having them printed. You know, if there were, then you just wouldn't see posters being put outside and put up as advertisements for anything. But the thing comes is that they are relatively cheap to buy, so they're not likely to last very long, so they don't cost that much. But let's have a look. WRESTLECRATE.co.uk is based in Newcastle in the United Kingdom. So I couldn't actually find any others which I thought were based in the UK. But as I said, Newcastle. I live in Newcastle, so I don't live very far away. I haven't looked up the distance of how far away I am, but we're not that far away. 10 miles, 15 tops. So since they are based in Newcastle, and they probably have quite a large Newcastle purchasing people like me who subscribe to them, you would think that the sensible thing would be, instead of giving it to the Royal Mail to deliver, which is who they get, and pay them £3 for delivering, that you just go and just ask some delivery person to say, yeah, look, I'll give you £2 if you deliver each of these boxes to our customers. They don't have to reduce the price to us, but they could just increase the speed to us, because it wouldn't take a person in a car 3 days to deliver it. That's how long this parcel took to arrive. From the time that it was sent, I had an email from them saying it's on its way, to the day it arrived. 3 days on a 48-hour ship, which in itself makes no sense, because technically it's going to the sorting office where all of my post goes to come here. So therefore it should have arrived the next day by all sensible theory. Next day delivery for the distance it had to travel is not an unreasonable thing to happen. So as we're going, we are going and saying that for £2, would you get in your car and drop off one of those boxes to a person in your area. Now, if you take it that Amazon and a number of delivery companies get 50 pence for delivering a parcel to people, being offered £2 to deliver a box to somebody's house, you're not going to have many delivery people refuse that type of money, because that's quite decent. Even takeaways sometimes don't charge you that much to deliver your meal. So as you take it, it's month on month fixed. So once you've worked out a route, you're going to use the route the following month. Unless they've added a few other names in between, you're going to use the same route. So therefore you're not going to be spending time to work out what parcel goes where. So you can put them into an order and even put a number on the box and say, well, box 1 goes to this house, and do that. So for £2, you could say, well, we'll have it delivered the next day by somebody. I'll quite happily deliver them boxes for £2 a box, and I'll deliver them the next day. So how many of you would do that? I'm sure you wouldn't turn your nose up at £2, even covering the cost of the fuel to get the distance around Newcastle. Unless it's a really difficult in-centre delivery, you're not going to have that much trouble for parking and distance between houses. So on that was just one of mine. Now, as I said in the last one, there is order delivery speed. Now, as I said, this one was a back box. Now, I was expecting the back box to be delivered really fast, because it's not waiting for a date to be sent out. You place an order, and really, I would have thought this box should have took 3 days max to arrive. Instead, as I said, ordered on the 30th, the payment came out of my bank on the 3rd of December, the parcel was sent out on the 8th, and I got it on the 11th. So therefore that is 12 days from ordering to me physically getting this box, which wasn't any time restricted at all. Now, if you were getting that from anywhere else and you were ordering something from someone and it took 12 days to arrive, you would be saying something about, why is it taking so long? I've had stuff which has been sent out the day I've ordered it and it's arrived the next day. And even I was surprised on these items because they weren't that type of item to be sent out. But so therefore, speed of delivery for an item which is not waiting for like a monthly box which goes out on a certain date should get out really faster than what I got this box. That's only my rant on that. Now, the monthly orders. The monthly orders get sent out really technically end of week 2, beginning of week 3, it looks like. Now, getting your monthly box sent out on even the 15th of the month, you're therefore running into a little bit of trouble, because they're saying anything up to 25 days for delivery. I know Royal Mail's bad, but 25 days in the United Kingdom to deliver your parcel, that is really bad. I would say you might as well just say, here, let's give the parcel to my Hermes, because they'll insure it and deliver it faster than Royal Mail will. And since it's insured for £20 anyway, they're in a no-lose position there. So I'm not sure why they use the Royal Mail anyway. I find my Hermes more reliable, and I just had a box recently which turned up, and it came via Royal Mail, and it came first class, and it took 6 days to arrive. So not that really impressed with Royal Mail delivery. And even I got another box which was second class, and it turned up in 4 days, but it had a hole in the box where the person had put their hand in to carry the box because it was quite big. So, Royal Mail don't look after the parcels as well as what they really should do, or deliver as quickly as they really should do. Because, as I said, that box left Newcastle and was coming to Newcastle. So really, it should have arrived the next day. There's really no reason why that box should have been held up and kept and took 3 days when it's even on a 48 hour. So, you have that if it's going to take 25 days for your parcel to arrive, and that's their top time scale for it, then you are looking at, if it's being sent out on the 15th of a month, you could possibly quite easily get the box the following month. Therefore, it makes technically a joke out of saying this is your November box, this is your December box, if it's going to turn up the following month. So I think it would be better for them if they just said, we're going to take payment at the first of the month or the last couple of days on the end of the month, and then we're going to post it out on the first week. There should be no reason why these boxes can't be sent out the first week of each of the months, and then even if they take 25 days, they're more higher likely that they will arrive in the month that the box belongs to. They are actually holding the box too long, so by the time it possibly can arrive, you're not in the month anymore. So it does become a little bit of a, I would have said, a joke on that pack, that if you're going to send it out the first couple of days of the beginning of the month, because these boxes cannot be completed and finished and they just start on the next box at the beginning of each month. These boxes, the contents of them aren't just got sort of, we get them on the 1st of December and then we box them up and then we send them out. Really, you should be ahead of yourself here. You can be 2 months ahead quite easy. You know, these are the people that we've got. Even if we're going to pick it and put it in, you know, we should be starting second week in the month before, packing up the next month's items and labelling them and having them all ready to ship out on the date, so you get your payment, put the sticker on the front and then ship it out. It's not like, even if somebody cancels, you can't just say, well, that's a large t-shirt, we'll send it to the next person who orders a large, we don't need to open the box, because there is no paperwork, and there was no paperwork in that box. There was nothing with my name inside the box. My name was on the label on the front, of course, but it wasn't anything inside. There wasn't any list of what was in the box, and there wasn't anything like that. The only thing that was different in the box was the t-shirt being a large, and that's the only other thing that they offer. You don't get anything else. It's not like you're going to get a hat. Or I have seen in one video where they had the WWE's box and they got underwear. So you're not getting things like that. So you're not getting anything which is going to say, well, it's got this large and this item's medium, and you haven't got that. So as I've just mentioned, the WWE's box. WWE's box comes from America. It's every 2 months. The cheapest price is £33, and it goes up to £35 if you pick that you only want one box. Now, the downside with that is that it's being shipped from America. It has to pass through British Customs, and our limit before we pay any customs tax is £25. So I'm not sure if they don't take into account postage and it gets through, but the chances are you could get charged a customs charge, and that will just make the boxes ridiculous. So I didn't want to go along the line of having a box shipped from outside of the UK, and that's why I picked box. Now, let's look at one other thing. Let's look at value in selling. Now, this one's really interesting. Now, I typed in the items that were in one of the boxes, and in one of the boxes there was a picture of Paul London signed. Now, I went and had a look for anything that had Wrestling Crate on it on eBay, and I came across that picture. It's a signed picture, that size, so A4, and most of them were trying to be sold at $7.50 plus postage. Now, I found a one that someone had put up with no reserve and starting at £1, and I put a bid on it, thinking, well, there's no chance I'm going to win it for £1 and £2.40 postage. So I put a bid on it. Nobody else bid on it, and I won it. So I'm going to be getting that at some point for £3.39. This wrestling picture. So it does say that you can take this picture, put it onto eBay, and it doesn't matter what price you put on, the likelihood is that you may not get that price. You're more likely to get the price if it is a big American wrestler or someone who has been in the big named wrestling shows and therefore might have a bit better value. But I've heard of Paul London before, so I'm just quite surprised that nobody even tried to outbid me. Mine was the first bid, mine was the only bid, and I won the bid. So therefore, we cannot value, or we can find it really difficult to value what I have here, because even the pin shows up on a number of sites. You've got different ones which show up, and they're putting up for figures, and they're just not selling. So therefore, the value of the item is your own personal value of the item, in that you want the item that you've been sent. Had a hair in my mouth. So, as I say, the value of this item is whatever price you think it is worth. So, this doesn't have a big value. £1, £2 to me. Probably if you went to a show, a wrestling show, it's probably going for £5. But to me, £1 or £2. And it's a bit like a DVD. As I said, got Judgment Day DVD for £1. So what can we class any DVD value being? Well, can we buy this in a shop? This one, don't know. Not seen this anywhere, so probably not. But it's a DVD, so watch it, enjoy it, whatever value you want to put on it. But coming to sell it, it's not film wrapped, it's not sealed, and so therefore it has a used value. Even if you never take it out and watch it yourself, it will always have a used value because it is not a sealed plastic coated item. So therefore its value is less than what it would be if it was totally sealed. So we're going. We have the t-shirts. What is your value on a t-shirt? Now, of course, the t-shirt will have a wrestling theme, but you can go and buy any t-shirt and have something printed on it, and it may come to £5. The t-shirt itself may have a value of a couple of pounds if you're lucky. Have them printed in bulk, their value per item isn't massive. So therefore, what value will it have if you put it on the open market to sell it? Probably, unless it's a big name again, it won't have a very high value. But the thing comes is that it's, as a whole, what is the value? And as I say, £17. Count how many items you've got, divided by that. Is each item worth that amount of money? So I'm really looking forward to the December box, because I know it's going to have a better signature in it of someone more people will know the name of. It doesn't mean that you're going to be able to sell that item because you might want the item more. But I've seen a couple of, I've seen all of the Wrestling Crate boxes being unpackaged by people. So therefore, I know roughly what should be in each of the boxes. A picture, a DVD, t-shirt, maybe a badge, some other small item. But let's look at something else. I have seen some unboxing videos. American one somebody unboxed who does a big massive Amazon shipping and that lot type box things, and he got an Amazon returns box, and it had a Venom t-shirt and accessory things, and the boxes went for $30. Now I looked at the items and said there's 4 items for $30, and looking at the items I'm going, I'm not quite sure where the value is, because being only 4 items, and one of them being like technically a little stress ball, and the other item being this little tiny plastic item, I didn't rank those 2 items as anything of any type of value. But there was a t-shirt, not bad, but the thing that it had, that where the value was if you sold it, was one of them Funko Pop things. Now for me, they don't have massive value. I can go to B&M and get a Funko Pop for £5. They're only a bit of plastic. So, but this Funko Pop really had all the value. So if you sold the Funko Pop, the other stuff was free. But then again, if you're getting them as being a collector for wrestling items, you aren't going to sell it. So you're going to be left with that type of stuff. But it's a lot of money to hopefully get something that has some value today. But it doesn't say it's going to have that value tomorrow. So there you go. The value is very difficult to put on items like these. Because some people may say, I don't want a signed photo. I only want a signed photo if it's a person I know. It's a person I've physically seen wrestle. You're more likely to want that picture, because when you at the wrestling events, they sell their own pictures and then you can get them signed. And to get them signed, you normally pay extra at a wrestling event to physically get signatures. But you get signatures of maybe 6 or 7 of the wrestlers, and you pay £5. So therefore, if it's someone you can physically get to, you can take your own picture that you've printed off of that person and just get them to sign it. And then it's a more limited item, because that picture is not something which is being mass produced. So it is some things to think about. Now, I have used this company and emailed them. They are really fast at responding back. So am I going to keep getting the boxes? For now, yes. I've got the December, as I said, got the December one to come. Looking forward to that one. Since I know what's in it, but I'm still looking forward to that one. So we'll see how long we keep getting them. But for price wise, if they continue to sell what they have in the boxes, then the boxes have for me the value they need to be worth me getting them. But if you only like 1 or 2 items out of the box, you might as well just buy the 1 or 2 items separate, and that would be cheaper for you. So down to that was my little rant. Did you enjoy my little rant? Nothing to do with it. Oh, brilliant, isn't it? I've gone mad, but there you go. I've gone mad because I'm buying boxes. Yes. So there you go. So thank you for watching. Like, comment and subscribe. Give me your thoughts of what you think about these type of mystery boxes and their price, and what you think about anything about them in the comment section down below. And I'll see you on the next video of this type, which will be the December box opening, and we'll see how excited I can possibly get. Don't know, I don't get that excited about what's in boxes. But until next time, bye for now.